Well, hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of Let's Talk Finance, here with Angelo Benedetti from Financia.
Les, how are we going?
Good morning.
How are you?
Happy Tuesday.
It is.
So obviously the latest at the moment. So today, Reserve Bank looking to meet.
Yes, they are. They're meeting, and we'll know about 2 o'clock today. Obviously, prior to the election, there was big talk about rate cuts.
Okay.
Now that the Liberal government has retained their position, it's even stronger suggestion that the Reserve Bank will cut rates today by 0.25%.
Yep.
And there is a lot of political pressure on the banks to pass that on, the full rate cut. So we're all waiting for that because it makes a huge difference in borrowing capacity.
Okay. We talk about obviously serviceability.
Yep.
They were based on about 7.2.
Yeah, so what's happening now is when you go to a bank, most
Yep.
banks, they assess your interest rate at 7.25%.
Okay.
APRA, the government body, has turned around and said, well, that's way too high because the rates are low.
Right.
And in anticipation of this potential rate cut today, rates will be even lower. So what they want to do is reduce that serviceability rate from 7.25 to 6.25.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Rates are dropping
Yep.
and borrowing capacity will increase as well. So it means that more clients can borrow more, giving them more option to be able to spend more money on renovations, refinancing. It's looking great.
If we base that on a $500,000 loan, what sort of effect could that have for someone looking to borrow?
With the rate cut and the serviceability, they're talking probably about 80 grand.
80 grand.
Potentially capacity that they can borrow extra, depending whether it's one person, a couple, whether they've got children. But it's about 80 grand that they're talking about with those 2 positive.
So if someone had $100,000 saving, they're looking to borrow 500, 600. Instead of shopping at 600, 620, they're now at 700,000, which is a big difference in this area. From 600 to 700 is
That's
huge.
right. It makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, well, it's a totally different property.
And the good thing about it, there's still a big buffer to make sure that the clients aren't overexposed. At the moment, the buffer is huge.
Yep.
Going forward, it'll still be quite large, especially with a rate drop potentially today as well.
Okay, so let's talk about credit cards. We touched on that last week.
Sure.
How does that affect lending, or what's your advice there?
Yeah, so what the banks have done now more than ever is that they're looking at credit card limits in a lot more detail. So previously they'd assume that the credit card was maxed out and multiply a factor of 3%. It's now 3.5%. So what that means, if you've got 2 or 3 credit cards, which people do have for frequent flyer points and stuff, we're suggesting to our clients is really narrow that down and minimise your credit card debt as well as your limit, because it does have a huge impact.
Your limit is your assumed debt.
And the bank has to assume that it's always maxed out. So what we're doing is educating our clients to really get that credit card limit down to as low as possible, so that gives them the best chance to borrow the borrowing capacity. Otherwise it will have a negative impact. So get your credit card limits down, interest rate dropping, serviceability rates are dropping. That will make a huge difference to people's borrowing capacity.
Great. Guys, great food for thought. I'm sure if you've got some questions, feel free to contact Angelo or myself. Lots to think about, and obviously getting ready for this selling season coming up with spring. So
be great.
See you next week.
Cheers. Thank you.